Now, if you build any type of listing website from a blog to a real estate site, there are going to be times where you just want to mix things up a little by either creating alternative listing designs or adding in totally different items to your listings. In today's quick tutorial on JetEngine from Crockablock, we'll be looking at the listing grid injection function. Now, while it sounds painful, it is in fact totally painless and actually offers some pretty useful functionality. So let's start off by taking a look at the end result, and then I'll show you how you can build your first listing grid injection. So this is an example of what we're going to be creating in this short video. As you can see, we've got a typical kind of listing all set up with JetEngine, but this first section is an injected advert, specifically to sort of call attention to the ability to list properties on this particular website. You can set this up in lots of different ways, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to inject these custom designs into your listings inside JetEngine itself. So the first thing you need to do is open up JetEngine and go into the modules inside there and enable the option for listing grid injections. If you don't do that, then you won't be able to inject these designs into your grids. All you need to do is enable it, and you can see we can use this both Elementor and we can use it with blocks if you want to use Gutenberg. So you have the option to use whichever you prefer. We're going to use Elementor in this example, but you can use whichever your option prefers. Okay, so the next thing to do is going to come into the listings, and I can show you inside there what I've set up already. I basically have a normal property listing, which will show me the design for a particular property. So if we open that up, I'll edit it with Elementor, and you can see what I have inside there. And this is what we're going to see for each of the individual listing items. Nothing you haven't seen before. Hop back out of this, and let me just show you what I've done now with the injection design. So this is done in exactly the same way. You create whatever you want to inject into your listings by setting up a new listing item. So all I've done is I've set up a new listing item called Inject Advert Listing. If we edit that with Elementor, you can see this is the advert. And all I've done is I've used the option for a call to action, so we have this little bit of animation, make it quick and easy. But like I say, use whatever tools you want. So once you've set this up, set your listings up, set everything you want inside there, what we're going to do is we're going to come back into our setup, and I'm going to set this up on a copy of my home page. So I'm going to come back out to my pages, and I'm going to take a look, and there's my draft home page. This is identical to what I would have had prior to injecting anything. Let's edit this with Elementor. Once we've done that, you can see there's my listing showing 6 individual items. All I need to do is select the listing item. So this is just a normal listing grid that's part of JetEngine. If you haven't seen how to do this, there's plenty of videos on the channel to show you exactly how to do this. So we're going to select this. Once we've selected it, all we're going to do is we're going to come over to the settings, and we have a new option called Inject Alternative Listing Items. We can enable that, and then we can specify what it is we want to inject and how we want to inject it into our grid. You can see it adds a new item, so we're going to open that up, and inside there we've got some simple options. The first one is to choose the template. So we're going to open that up, and this is just our listing template. This is what we just created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search for Inject. And you can see there's my Inject Advert Listing that I just showed you. We'll select that, and boom, that now goes into our design. Now we can configure this however we want. You can see we've got inject on each N item, or you can say depends on item meta field value. Now I want to keep this really simple. We're going to set this to on each N item. However, if you wanted to, you could set this up, and then you can configure this based upon the key you want to use, the operator. You can see there's a lot of different operators, so you can conditionally set up where and when this will show. Now, if you'd like me to show you a more in-depth, detailed view of how to get more out of this, let me know in the comment section below. Today, I just want to show you how we can easily inject a single item into our listing grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, I'm going to set this to on each N item. Inject this item only once. You can see we can disable that, and then this will just keep on injecting it into our design, so every second design. So you could create alternative designs for each one of these properties, and you can have a different color, for example, or just something different about them, and then you can alternate those, and you can set the number of items and so on. However, we want to say inject this only one time. You can see we've got the number item, or the item number, so use negative numbers to start counting from the last item. So if you wanted this to be at the end of your list, you could do that. So we can just set this to a negative value, for example, and that now goes at the end of our grid. So quite cool to see that. I want to set this to be 1 though. I want it to be the first item to grab attention. That now inserts it back in there. Start from first, and you can see we can enable or disable this, and this is just basically, it's an alternative item will be injected on the first item. In other words, you could have the alternative be the first, and then your default would be the second, or you could flip it the opposite way. Again, I hope that makes sense, and if you'd like me to cover this in more detail, just let me know. column span. We can set how many columns we want this design to span. You can see we can set it to be 1. It looks a bit weird because I haven't designed it for 1. You can set it up to be 3, so it'll take up the entire row, for example. So you got this nice sort of header section on there, and then your listings underneath. However, I want to inject this into the design itself. So I'm going to set it to be 2 so it has a little bit more prominence. And you see you've got static items. So if checked, an alternative item will be injected without current post context. Use this to inject static items into listings. We don't want to worry about that. You can set it to yes or no. And like I say, if you want to know more details about it, let me know. Now you can add more of these in. So you could say, let's add a second one inside there. We'll do the same listing template. So we'll just do this as, let's just do a search for the same one. There's our inject listing. So now we can go ahead and just refine this and set it up the way that we want. So the first thing I want to do is just say inject this item only one time. You can see that kind of makes it disappear, but don't worry about that. We're going to set this up the way we need. So the item numbers, we're going to set this to be 2. That's perfectly fine. We're going to say columns are going to be 3. I'm going to specify this is a static item. And you see nothing is still showing up. And that's because we need to change the value inside the item number. So we start to reduce this. You can see it now starts to appear. So we're going to set this at -2. And you can see what that does is it comes up, indents itself 2 from the end of our listing. In other words, we've got 2 items after our actual listing grid. So that injects it into there. So obviously now you could easily create multiple different designs, drop those into your grid listings and get a little bit more creative with how things are set up and displayed. Now obviously we need to add one more item inside here to make everything look nice and neat and tidy. But you can see how easy it is to start to create more interesting listing grids and drop in various custom items inside there, or to alternatively have different designs for each alternative design as part of your listing grid. Now thankfully that was pretty painless, and if you'd like to learn more, well, I've dropped some links in the description below. If you found the video useful, well, why not give that thumbs up button a click? It really does help me out. If you didn't get value from the video though, well, feel free to hit the thumbs down button twice, as that works pretty well too. My name is Paul C, this is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.